Hi, y'all. So I do have a Chris Stokes story. When I first moved to LA, I was asked by my current photographer to interview him. And I'm like, why you want me to interview him? He's like, well, Jay, photographer at the time, his name was Japhis. He had like a calendar, like local magazine type deal. And he was like, "Well, somebody else was supposed to interview him, but they couldn't make it." And I was living out in L.A. This is the early 2000s, like when I first moved there, like 2000. And I'm like, okay, well, I looked at it as an opportunity for me because Chris Stokes had a name for himself. So I interviewed him, and I asked the questions that Japhis told me to ask or whatever, and everything was smoothly. So Japhis asked me after that, well, how did the interview go? And I was like, went cool. I can't complain about anything or what. Or he's like, what do you think of him? I was like, well, I think he's a little suspectual. He was like, what you mean? I was all like, it's the way he wear his beard. Okay, let me move back for a second. So the fact that his beard was that thin, it just didn't sit well with me. Because let me say this. When men can wear a beard, they be bearding. They make sure you know that it's like a woman with a head full of hair. My beard grows. I mean, men be like, my beard grows thickly or whatever. And then there's some men that grow struggle beards, and they'll let you know it struggly grow. So that's not what I'm saying. But the fact that, and then some people like, okay, then some guys wear like a goatee or whatever. They're not a beard kind of guy. That's not a problem with me either. The issue I had with him was the fact that he wore this beard this thin. And it indicates to me, um, I want you to see the beard, but then again, I really don't want to have it because in the black world, it's like if you shave all your hair off your face, you look real suspectual or whatever. So that was really kind of odd to me that he had this thin ass beard. And mind you, early 2000s, I'm like 26, 27 at the time. So older me is looking at younger me like, how the hell you determine all that? So yeah, I told Japhis I put stamped the G on him because he had this thin ass beard. And just pay attention now. I know y'all gonna be like paying attention to beard, beardtivity or whatever. And like I said, some people it some guys really can't grow hair like that. So I'm not putting you in this situation. And I'm putting the guys that like to wear a goatee in this situation. But the ones that wear a real thin ass line, is something about that to me. Because you can either shave it all off and go about your business, but the fact that you just took time out your life to even it all up and just wear it like that, something is not sitting right. So I stamped the G on him then, and this is before the B2K allegations. This is before that. So after that, I moved to Chicago, and they have a radio station called GCI. And GCI was talking about the allegations that had come out about the B2K situation. And I called in and was like, I called it out. Like this beardtivity he got going on here didn't sit well with me. And now here we are, 2024. His ex-wife, wife at the time, but ex-wife now, is saying she knew all about the allegations he put forth about the B2K guys. And y'all sat there and y'all call Raspy crazy. See, this is what I have an issue with all of this is y'all will stamp crazy on people because they speak out about the harm that was brought upon them. And we just, oh, you crazy in this. We could all, and then you don't even know what people be going through. Can you imagine being a kid and taken advantage of, and in them cases. So, but that is my Chris Stokes story. I knew it from the time I walked into the room with him and interviewed him. I was like, this beard, why is it this thin? And you okay with that? And then he had a little arrogance, but that's cool. That's normal in the industry to be a little arrogant. But that beard was suspectual to me, and I called it out very, very early in the game. So that's my Chris Stokes story, and that's just the truth of it all. Oh, and I forgot to add, Japhis, like I said, he was a local photographer from St. Louis, really cool guy, loved him. But then 5 years ago, I found out he was that way, and I never even, I really didn't look at Japhis like that. He was the one that's, creating the calendars, local magazines, and things like that for us to be in. But yeah, so